Have you ever wondered why some men, strong, loyal, intelligent men, quietly walk away from relationships without saying a word? Why they stop texting, stop showing up, stop caring? It's not because they stopped loving. It's not because they wanted someone else. It's because they weren't getting what they truly needed, not what they wanted, not what society told them to expect, but what their soul craved. Most women are taught to look for red flags, to protect their hearts, to keep their standards high, and they should. But almost no one ever teaches them what a man really needs when he decides to stay, when he decides to build, when he decides to protect and provide with everything he's got. This isn't about tricks or games. This is about truth, about the raw, emotional, and often silent needs of a man. And here's the reality. Only 1% of women truly understand this. If you're one of them, you don't chase men. Men chase you and never let you go. So listen closely, because if you want to deeply understand the heart of a man, this will change everything. Number 1, deep soul-level respect, not surface-level admiration. A man can be praised all day, admired for his career, his looks, or how well he treats others. But if he doesn't feel respected by the woman he loves, it's like oxygen being cut off. Respect isn't just saying good job. It's trusting his decisions. It's standing behind him, not second-guessing him constantly. In a world that already questions his worth, his masculinity, his success, his direction, a man needs his woman to believe in him when even he doesn't. That's not just romantic, that's life-changing. Picture this. A man walks into his home after a hard day, doubts swirling in his head. The moment his woman locks eyes with him and says, "I trust you," something shifts. His shoulders relax, his heart softens. He feels seen, not just for what he does, but for who he is. This is not about submission or blind loyalty. It's about emotional safety. When a woman shows that she respects his essence, even when he's imperfect, he'll walk through fire for her. Psychologically, respect is deeply wired into the male psyche. When a man feels disrespected repeatedly, he begins to emotionally shut down. No matter how much he loves you, his soul cannot thrive in a place that undermines him. So if you want to reach the deepest part of a man, start with soul-level respect. Number 2, unwavering loyalty. In his darkest hour, every man will go through a season of failure, a moment where life beats him down, and he's not the strongest version of himself. He may lose money, direction, or confidence. And in that season, many people, including women, leave. But the woman who stays, not out of pity, but out of fierce loyalty, becomes unforgettable. Men don't fall in love with beauty alone. They fall in love with the one who didn't flinch when the mask slipped off, when he was no longer the provider, the strong one, the problem solver, the one who still held his hand when his world fell apart. Let's be honest, modern society conditions people to chase comfort, not commitment. But psychologically, men are wired to bond deeply with the person who sees them at their worst and doesn't walk away. Loyalty to him is not about time, it's about timing. Who stood there when it counted most? Imagine a stormy night. He's at rock bottom, tired, ashamed, lost. Then he looks up and sees you still there. Quiet, steady, loyal. That image, that moment, etched into his heart forever. You don't have to fix him. You just have to not leave. That's what 1% of women do. And for those men, there is no going back. Number 3, emotional peace, not constant conflict. Every man fights a battle the world never sees. And when he comes home to a war zone, he dies slowly inside. Masculinity thrives in peace, not in noise. He doesn't want to debate every sentence, defend every action, or tiptoe around emotional landmines. He wants his woman to be his safe place, his calm after the chaos, his sanctuary. Now, don't mistake peace for silence. This isn't about never speaking up. It's about how you speak. It's about emotional intelligence, knowing when to fight and when to heal. The world criticizes him enough. The last thing he needs is more judgment from the one person he opens up to. Psychologically, men are problem solvers. They shut down or walk away from drama, not because they don't care, but because their nervous system literally cannot handle constant emotional chaos. When you become his peace, you become his addiction. Think about it. In a room full of noise, he'll always notice the woman who makes him feel quiet inside, who doesn't raise her voice to be heard, but who speaks so calmly that he leans in to listen. Be the peace he never wants to lose. That alone makes you rarer than 99% of women out there. Number 4, genuine appreciation, not just expectations. A man may not say it out loud, but deep down, he craves to be appreciated. Not for grand gestures, but for the invisible things he does every day that often go unnoticed. When a woman constantly focuses on what he's not doing, what he forgot, what he didn't say, it chips away at his spirit. But when she notices the little things, his soul lights up. Thank you for always locking the doors before bed. Thanks for remembering my coffee the way I like it. I appreciate how you always think ahead for us. These aren't just words, they're fuel. According to relationship psychologists, one of the top reasons men emotionally withdraw is not infidelity or incompatibility. It's the feeling of being taken for granted. The moment he feels like a machine, not a man, that's when he begins to fade. But the woman who genuinely appreciates him, not just when he's successful, but even when he's trying, will unlock a part of him no one else ever touched. Appreciation isn't about being sweet. It's about being attuned. It's noticing the effort behind the actions. It's telling him, I see you. Even when you don't say a word, I see what you do. That kind of appreciation, it's sacred, and it separates the 1% from the rest. Number 5, vulnerability without judgment. Let him be human. The strongest men you'll ever meet have the deepest scars. They've buried emotions, hidden tears, and worn masks for years just to survive. And what they yearn for is a woman who allows them to finally take off that mask without fear. Most men are not afraid to be vulnerable. They're afraid of being judged after they open up. That's why many stay silent, stoic, cold, distant. Because the last time they cried, the last time they admitted weakness, they were met with sarcasm, shame, or scorn. But the woman who can look into his eyes as he confesses something dark, something broken, and not flinch, becomes his safe harbor, his emotional home. Imagine this. A man finally says, I'm scared I'm not enough. That moment is not weakness. That moment is everything. If you can hold his truth without crushing it, you'll unlock a loyalty so fierce, no other woman could ever match it. Psychologically, men associate safety with silence. But when you create a space where his truth can breathe, you heal him. You heal generations of emotional suppression. Let him cry, let him question, let him be flawed, and love him right there. That's not just rare, that's revolutionary. Conclusion, in the end, what men need isn't complicated, but it is rare. Not because women aren't capable of giving it, but because society doesn't teach them how. Respect, loyalty, peace, appreciation, safe vulnerability. These aren't just things a man wants. These are the pillars of his soul. Without them, he survives. But with them, he thrives. And when a man thrives beside the right woman, he will conquer the world for her. So ask yourself, do you want to be part of the 99% who never see the full power of a man's love? Or the 1% who unlocks something sacred? If you've made it this far, you already feel the truth of this. Don't just watch this video, live it. Be the woman who understands a man not just by his words, but by the silence he hides in. If this message moved you, share it. Comment below what stood out the most. And subscribe for more content that doesn't just speak to your mind, but to your soul. Because real love isn't found. It's built, brick by brick, truth by truth, heart by heart.